Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mecca Mike, and man, Cowboys Nation, the Cowboys are such a weird team. We could have won so many more games if we stuck to what everyone had been saying since last year. Run the football. That's how you win in the NFL, but unfortunately, we have a coach in Mike McCarthy that wants to pass 40 to 60 times a game and just figured out how to win when the season is basically over. But I know you see the topic, and before we get to it, can you subscribe to the channel and drop a like so I keep giving you guys this Cowboys content? So, man, oh man, the Cowboys put a beat down on the Panthers, and I know a lot of people are just like, oh, it's the Panthers, not a big deal. But remember, the reigning Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs, and one of the best teams in the NFC, according to the media, not me, in the Eagles, struggled with them. And they have way better offenses than the Cowboys, better run games, and a better defense. So basically, right now, they're both better teams, but somehow we're the ones that beat up on the Panthers. But it's just the Panthers, right? Uh, and we did that because of two reasons. One, defense was going off. Wish we had that defense with Dak, but it just is what it is. But we need to remember, basically, while Dak was playing, all our defense starters were hurt. And now even Diggs is out for the season due to a knee injury, and he didn't even play against the Panthers. And also, overhauling Dan Quinn's terrible scheme that kept us from stopping the run took way more time because of the injuries for the guys to gel. And if you know Cooper Rush, when he went 4-1, it was mainly because of the defense. And the second reason we beat them, along with why Cooper Rush is winning, is run, Rico, run. The run game. And man, Rico, my hat's off to you, man. He's the main reason Cooper Rush doesn't look like a deer in the headlights, and why Mike McCarthy still has a job to this point. Because we should be losing every game, but because of those two things are excelling, we look even better. Though I still have to hold my breath when we pass because Cooper Rush isn't good and Mike McCarthy just calls plays without considering who the quarterback is. But Rico has been one of the bright spots outside CeeDee Lamb and Brock Hoffman on the offense. Rico against the Panthers rushed for 149 yards. This is the third straight 100-yard game. But I was told, man, we don't have running backs. Zeke is our number one guy, and Rico is average. But everyone's tunes have changed over time because Rico's been balling out. Now, basically, people are saying, in Rico, we trust. We believe in Rico. And the sad part that there's a possibility that he runs all the way to the bank and Dallas won't be able to afford him. Remember how we fumbled Tony Pollard because of Zeke? We did the same thing with Rico. That's a possibility that the same situation is going to happen where he runs into a new contract because we can't afford him and we wasted his time when he was on the roster the whole time. And who would have thought the same coach that didn't know that Tony was better than Zeke didn't know that Rico was better than Zeke? And yes, I'm about 100% sure that the Joneses interfered both times to give Zeke more carries than he should have gotten. But the fact that an offensive minded head coach in Mike McCarthy couldn't strategically give Zeke carries, but using Rico as the lead back is just malpractice on the coaching staff. How can Zim find a way to use basically anyone on defense, but our head coach, who is this offensive guru, can't find ways to get Rico going when that was the key to opening up your offense and not making you one dimensional? That was the key to winning games but we couldn't figure it out till more than half of the season was over. That is incompetence and part of the reason I want Mike McCarthy gone. But for now, it is what it is. Well, let's just take a look at some of Rico's runs and talk about why we should do what we can to resign him now before he gets too expensive. And then, man, for sure, we're going to have to draft a running back. We don't want to be in that position where you don't have a viable running back on your squad. Let's get into the film. So let's take a look at this play starting out. Got some motion coming. Believe that span forward. Look, man, that is just beautiful. You can already see all this space right here. That's just beautiful blocking. Of course, behind Tyler Smith. Oh man. Just moved his guy out the way, and that's just a dog right there. That's how you run the football. Let's see another angle of it. Got the motion once again. It's just beautiful seeing how these runs develop. So obviously, yeah, there was space on the outside, but because of the leverage from the lineman going in that direction, Rico, and this is beautiful because he kind of did like 2 jump cuts at once. So if we go back, that was 1, that's 2, and that's just, oh my goodness. And then you try to tackle him with the arm, it's not going to do anything, runs right through it. Man, that is beautiful. And this was another great play design and just a great job by Rico, because when I first saw this play, I thought it was getting blown up in the backfield because you're going to see this perfectly timed blitz, but still Rico just such a hard runner. You're just going to see some beautiful jump cuts, and his vision has improved so much. But let's take a look at this. Okay. And at this point, they know Dallas is running the ball. They've been running the ball on them all game, and for the Panthers, I believe in this game, they were getting, well, the games prior, they were starting to blitz a lot more, especially from corners, to try to get some type of disruption. So the fact that they brought this blitz, it was perfectly timed, and they still couldn't get to Rico when it looked like it should have been a loss. But man, let's just continue to see what's going to happen. Perfectly timed. Boom. He should have had him, but because he missed, that for me, that was what was beautiful. So of course, boom, missed the tackle, but this jump cut was so beautiful right here, because he could have kept going upfield, but man, that jump cut was, oof, that was beautiful. Let's see it from another angle. And look at, it's just beautiful. Like I said, perfectly timed, and just missed him. And then that right there is that beautiful jump cut. That's how you run the football. So here's another 10 plus yard run by Rico. Let's see what they do. And this, when I saw this, I'm thinking, oh, there's no way there's no way he's getting any positive yardage. Span forward, misses his guy, but man, I thought this was a tackle for loss. And what people don't understand, what's so important about this play is And this is why I like Rico as a running back, because people try to tell me, oh, Zeke still got it, this and that. This is what Zeke doesn't have. This little burst that you're going to see is what Zeke doesn't have, and is the difference between why Rico can get yardage and Zeke can't. Right here, this play, Zeke is getting tackled in this situation. Rico, that little burst right there makes such a difference, and it is exactly why he was able to get positive yardage. People don't, that's so important. It's so important. And like I said, they see that this run is coming. Look at these guys right here. They're loaded, they're all loaded on the right-hand side. So this play should not work, but because of that speed that Rico has, the extra burst, and they walled this guy off. So one-on-one, who is this, 53, needs to make that tackle, but he takes a poor angle. If he had kept going upfield, he probably would have had it, but he was too afraid of the outside move. But Rico set him up, kicks back in, move. Again. So for this final highlight that I want to show of Rico just balling out, for me, this was one of Rico's best runs, and you're gonna notice that there was a lot of patience on his end. And again, that goes back to the vision, waiting for the holes to develop, because he could have just hit the hole and could have just kept going forward, but he waited, and there was a jump cut at the end into the hole, and he was just off and running. So let's watch the play so we can kind of see what happens. So we got span forward on the motion, gets the defense to shift, so they're thinking the run's going that way. And I love this concept so much. It's just straight smash mouth football. Could have been tackle for loss. Well, nah, I don't think he's fast enough to catch him in the outside. But ooh, that jump cut there and that patience, because he could have just kept running back this way. Because if we see, he could have just ran up this way, but he kind of faked as if he was going in there, jump cut right out. Man. And then off to the races. That's beautiful. Let's see this from another angle. Motion for span forward. They move over. Just running right at them. Thankfully, Tyler Smith wasn't holding. And then he sets it up like this. Looks like he's going to go left and then just jump cuts right. Boom. Again, another beautiful run by Rico. And man, so as you can see, the reason we are winning is because of Rico and runs like those that we just watched. He's running himself into a bigger contract, and I'm happy for him, especially with all the drama he's had to deal with having to be in a competition with Zeke when it was clear as day that he was the better running back. It's just the Joneses liked Zeke. I know why, but again, Rico was always the better back. I just wish we could have realized that sooner, but that's what the Cowboys do. We're good at wasting guys until they ball out in the final year of the contract, and then we can't afford them. But what can we do? We got Tampa Bay next. Very winnable game as well, in my opinion, especially if we run the ball like we did these last few games and we limit Mike Evans and get to Baker Mayfield. If we don't do that, things could get ugly quickly, especially with Diggs out for the rest of the season. 3 more games left. Yes, technically playoffs are still a possibility, but we need to do too many things. We need too many things to go in our favor for that to happen. And Jerry would use that as an excuse to bring back Mike McCarthy, which I definitely don't want. So, Cowboys Nation, brace yourself for the coming weeks because there's going to be a lot of noise. But remember, things did not have to be like this. This year, we chose to throw it away. So don't fall for the hype. We need to lock in for next year and build a team if we want to win. That's all I got for you guys today. Whatever you want to do in life, pursue it with no regrets and make your dreams a reality. I'm your boy Mecca Mike. That's Meccha Mike. And I'm out.